Now, like I said earlier, I am not an expert, but I am having this conversation because I believe it's going to help you, because I've seen people say how to hold a conversation is a thing. They even consider it an advantage, like even in relationships. Like you ask somebody, why do you like this person? Like, this person is so interesting, she knows how to hold a conversation, or he knows how to hold a conversation. And I'm like, really? Is that even a thing? So once I discovered it's a thing, I said, okay, let me come and talk about it on my YouTube channel. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Esther, and if you see me for the first time, welcome to this channel. So today I will be giving 5 tips on how to hold a conversation. Now, I'm not a professional, okay? I consider myself a communication enthusiast because of how much I love to communicate. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. So if you find it hard to hold a conversation, if you're shy to talk, you find it hard to, discuss in a group or in a gathering, or probably you're just shy to meet new people and it's a problem for you, well, this is the right video to watch. So just stick around, okay? And let's get right into the video. If you already feel incapacitated, is that the word to use now? If you already feel disadvantaged by your dentition, your eyes, or just anything, it's definitely going to affect how you communicate, because you're trying to talk to somebody, right? But then at the same time, you're reminded that, oh, I don't like how my teeth is, or oh, I don't like how this is, or oh, I don't like how that is. So that's why I am recommending first that whatever needs to be fixed, get it fixed so that you can be confident in how you do. Now let me share a story from myself. I don't used to like my first teeth, like these 2 teeth. This is the incisor. I feel like it is way bigger than the others. I feel like it is way bigger. So even when I smile, I kind of I compress my smile to try not to show my first 2 teeth. And then I get admission to the university, and I have someone tell me that, oh, she really likes my teeth, my first 2 teeth. I'm like, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? I was like, wow, how is it that you're liking what I don't like? Okay, so that kind of boosted my confidence, and I began to see that, okay, this teeth is not really bad. So ever since then, I began to smile comfortably the way I would normally smile on a normal day. I was no longer limiting how I smile, because I was conscious, okay, what I don't like, other people like it, and so it's not as bad as I think it is. So what am I saying? This is an example. So that you're comfortable first, so that you're confident first, because until then, you will still be feeling shy or not deserving of the person you're talking to. I don't know if you know the feeling I'm talking about, but if that feeling is dead, there's no how. In fact, you'll be thinking that, well, I'm a shy person, but really, you might not actually be a shy person. It might just be that there are things that you need to, work on, you need to arrange, you need to make it better so that you can be confident. So first tip is, get whatever will make you shy out of the way first off, whatever it may be. Your eyes, your mouth, your body. Get to a point with yourself where you are comfortable with yourself, and it should be natural. Okay, so nobody's saying go and do this. If you want to do it, if you want to wear braces to have your teeth arranged, that's fine, no problem. So what I'm saying, aside from the things you can do scientifically, I'm talking about natural things. So you have a proper bath, so that you know that you don't feel like you're sweating, your sweat is smelling, because you can be sweating and your sweat will not be smelling. Yes, if you have a proper bath, a proper toothbrush, a proper brushing, or whatever you want to call it. If you're someone who feel like you develop bad breath after 12 hours, you can always floss. You put water in your mouth and shake it and pour out. You use chewing gum, proper ones, the menthol gum. All these things is basically for you to get to a point where you're comfortable in yourself first off. So first off, you're satisfied with yourself, with how you look to yourself. And then we'll go to the next point. Be free. Okay, just relax. Relax. You're in a conversation, so you're out there to learn. And the conversation is usually 2 ways. So you say something and you expect the person you're talking to reply, so you can say the next thing. So relax. Some of us will just think of the future conversations we want to have. Like in our head, we already thought, okay, if I say this and this person says this, okay, and then I say this and he says this or she says this, so what am I to say now? So you're already calculated up front, and by reason of that, you are now already discouraged that I don't think I would be able to make it to the end of this conversation. And I'm talking about physical conversation now, not online chats, physical conversation. So what I'm saying is, do not think ahead of time what your response would be in a conversation. Do not take thoughts ahead of time of what it would be. Just come to the conversation open-minded. Discuss what you need to discuss. I had to shut the window in case this video is no longer as bright as it was, just so that the noise doesn't get into the video. So where did I stop? I was saying, don't think ahead of time what your response will be in a conversation. Don't feel awkward. I don't feel awkward in advance, because if you begin to think, okay, when this person says this and I say this and he says this and I say this, what next would I say? Already you're putting yourself in an awkward situation. So before it even gets to your turn to give a response, you're already off, right? Let me give another scenario of how it has helped me. So in a conversation, I am never out to think of what I would say. I put myself in a position where whatever you say, my brain already has something to say about what you're saying. So somehow the conversation keeps going. Okay. So first off, you're not thinking beforehand what response you're going to be giving in a certain, as long as this is not a presentation, it's not a debate, it's not a speech. Because I mean, these are the things you're meant to rehearse. If it's a debate, you're to rehearse your points. If it's a speech, you're to rehearse your message or your whatever you want to talk about. I mean, what you must have written it out, because you have a particular time, stipulated time, that you have to make that speech and cover all the points, right? So this is not a thesis. It is not an academic or educational thing. It is a conversation. So lapses are allowed. Time is allowed to be involved. There's no deadline time. Okay, there's no time when you say, oh, it's time up, nobody's talking again, we need to go now. It's a conversation. So in whatever setting, whether it's a date or you meet somebody for the first time, whatever setting it is, I highly recommend, do not think beforehand what you're going to be giving as your response in a conversation. Just flow. Because if you've calculated that, okay, I've known this person will say this and I would say this. Now if the person does not say what you expect that the person should say, you're throwing off balance. And in such a case, you either have issues with why is the person not saying this, okay? You either have issues with that person, you feel that the problem is with the person, or somehow you're just thrown off balance. So it takes a long time for you to bring yourself back to connect in that conversation. Why? Simply because you thought beforehand what the person should say. So do not assume that anybody will say anything. Do not expect what somebody will say. Just converse open-minded. Okay, number 3 of my point is, do not be afraid or scared or ashamed of what you do not know. See, it is way easier to come out and say, before you even judge, to judge yourself first and say, oh, I don't know this thing, but it's okay, I'm learning it, so can you throw more light, or can you explain, or oh, I've learned something new. Let me give you an example. Normally people say for you to be good in conversations and everything, that they highly recommend that you are knowledgeable about various topics, about Olympics, about airlines, about athletics, about every single thing, that you're knowledgeable about it. Until then, you might not be effective in your communication skills. But I slightly do not agree with that, because it kind of places you on an edge. You have to know everything, and you cannot know everything because you're not God. And two different people cannot know the same thing till the end. We might know same things, but there was something that I know that you obviously might not know, and there's something that you know that I might not know, because our experiences are different. So where do we bring it together? Where do we come? What's the common ground that we can have without me asking you to learn all that I know, so that you can have a conversation with me properly, or without you asking me to learn all that you know? Where is the common ground, really? Okay, so what do? I am in a conversation with somebody, and the person says something, or does something, or gets something. It can even be a product, or okay, maybe I walk into a store with a friend, a female friend, and then she picks something. I'm like, oh, this thing is so good. I don't know this thing. I don't have to feel like, if I tell her that I don't know it now, it's not be as if I'm embarrassing myself, or maybe how can I say I don't know it in this 24th century? And I'm like, oh, I know it, but it's not coming up now. I think I've seen it somewhere. Can you explain? Like, she will not start saying this thing now that they used to do. I'll say, oh, I remember. Like, really, it is not even true. Do you understand? Like, I'm just acting like I do know it. Now I don't need to do that. What do I need to do? She picks it up and she tells me, I don't know this thing. I look at it. I'll say, no, I don't think so. I don't know it. Tell me about it. Now some people will be like, at your age, or are you this generation? How is it that you don't know this thing? See, you first have to be confident in the fact that you're willing to learn. It shows your teachability in the fact that you're willing to learn. So you don't know something, don't begin to feel like you are now less of your worth, or don't begin to feel like it's a disadvantage to you. No, accept that you don't know it. You're at that point of learning. So when you see the next time, you know it. So if she's like, I don't know this, yes, I don't know it too. Can you explain? Whatever she says, okay, just pick the points and go with it. So in that way, we don't have to say learn everything about something, because that's the taxes I've been hearing. I hear people recommend, they would say, they highly recommend that you learn a thing about everything so that you can contribute when it's necessary. Yes, there is a part of learning, but you cannot afford to be learning things that you're not 100% interested in. Okay, so because you cannot know everything, everybody has what is important to them, what is necessary, what they can vibe with, what they can relate to, basically. Okay, so even if I've not learned it, maybe, okay, for instance, when you go for a date and you order for a meal that you saw on the menu, okay, and they bring the food to you, you've not seen the food before, you've not had the food before, and so people are likely going to act like they've had it before. Okay, they don't like the food, but they'll eat it and they will manage it. And then when the person asks them, I mean the host of the date or whoever you're with, asks you that, oh, how was it? Like, oh, it was nice, it was nice, it was nice, and you just keep it cool, but you really did not know it. Now, by not expressing yourself, you're already slightly decreasing the intensity. What's the word I should use now? The engagement of your conversation for that day. So already now you are off in a way because you don't like what you ate, but you could not communicate it because you don't want this person to know that you did not even know what you ordered for. Okay, so now something is already acting inside of you. You're already bottling something up, and so most conversations that you're going to be having after them might not flow properly. Like, you're becoming more and more quiet. It's because once something you bottle down somewhere that you should be talking about. If you're free, if you're relaxed, almost everything stands a chance to be a topic to what you can say. For example, that food that you ate that you do not like, at the point of eating it, conversations, there are like 1,001 conversations you can have during that time. If you're bold enough to admit that, oh, this is my first time trying this food, I just picked it at random. Let me show you what I would have done if it were me, if I'm that kind of a situation. Let me show you what I would do, but I'm showing you practically now. Okay, so I get the food. Oh, please, can I have, let's say, chicken and chips? Although I've had it, so but I'll just act like I've not had it. So I'm like, yes, I want chicken and chips, and then they bring it to me. I look at it. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is, the person I am with, I'm going to confide in the person. I have been on a date before where I did not know how to use the fork and the knife, the cutlery. Like, oh, this was so many years ago. Before you look at me like this, it was so many years ago. So I don't know if I should put it in the left or on the right. I mean, for the fork in particular. Yes, I was not so good with using it using it with the food. But first off, I'm talking about how to hold it. I was not sure. As to this supposed to be on the right or on the left. Now I had to tell the person that I was with. I had to say, please. I leaned in. I said, please, how am I supposed to use this? Can you explain this to me? I don't know if it's left or right. And I was saying that I was laughing. See, for me, I even think it's about the disposition that you wear when you're saying this thing. That even makes it look like what it should look like. Like, if you're using one serious face, one face of I don't embarrass myself, it's going to give a different vibe. But if you're laughing about it, giggling about it, using it to catch crews, like it's a joke, no matter how serious the case is, it will look like a joke to you. In case you don't know something, this should be like tip number 4 now. I've forgotten that I'm counting. This should be like tip number 4. See, be bold to say, oh, I don't know it, as long as you're willing to learn. Okay, it's not rude. The rude version is you don't know something and then you don't care, like you don't want to know, you're not willing to learn. Okay, it's that one that you can say, okay, that one is rude. But if you don't know something in all sincerity and you're willing to learn, see, please let whosoever is with you know that you don't know it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. It doesn't make you a dummy. Okay, there are things you know that you don't know. That one does not mean you don't know others. Okay, there are things you know that person might not even know too, but you have not found out yet because the situation has not risen that would show you that. Okay, so this tip number 1 now, if you're counting, let's say 4. Okay, so tip number 5. Before I continue with the tip number 5, if you have not subscribed to this channel at this point, if you got to this point in this video, I think you should subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'm not afraid to say I don't know something. I'm not afraid to do it, and if I do it, I'll do it in a way that it's even be fun. Like, I'll be laughing, I'll be giggling, I'll be telling you, please explain to me, I don't know, let me not go and embarrass ourselves outside. Okay, so that way it's fun. Secondly, I'm trying to recap now for the point that I have made earlier. Secondly, I am sure that I am comfortable in how I am. I'm not usually on makeup, funny enough. Like, right now I'm not even on makeup, just this red lipstick. Okay, because I'm sweating today and I thought, oh, let me apply something so that my video doesn't look like I am worked up, because I am not worked up, it's just the weather. So, and they moved the fan out of my room. I have some extra people that came in, so they moved the fan out and I'm sweating. That's why I said, let me use this makeup. Normally I am comfortable in my normal face without makeup. Okay, so when I'm talking to somebody, I don't feel like, how does my face look like? I don't feel that way. So that's why I think that will also be a tip that would work for anybody out there. First off, you want to be comfortable in your body. And I remember when I was not comfortable about my teeth, things would crack me up. I want to laugh, but then I'll not be laughing and be covering my hand. I've seen that kind of laugh before. Many people did it, but maybe they're only just unconsciously, or maybe they have their nails done and they like want to show it off, or maybe they have their rings on. But there was nothing in my hand, like my hand is just like this. Then when I was in school, but I always found that each time I laugh, I cover my hand, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Every time I do that, it was unconscious to me. I don't know I was doing it. So, but then I knew that I didn't like my two first teeth, like this two. I knew it. So when my classmates began to say that she liked the two teeth, like my two big teeth, and I think somebody else has mentioned it to me too. Somehow I started to, normalize the size of my teeth. I started to say, okay, it's actually fine, it's not bad. Maybe it's just me that don't like it, and I think I have to like it because if somebody else outside likes what is in me, why would I like what is in me? Okay, it's just normal that I should like myself. Okay, so that was how I got over it. So now I can smile and I can laugh without having to cover my teeth, and I've been getting compliments. And you have such a beautiful smile. Like, thank you. Well, that's by the way. Be bold to admit by yourself that you don't know something. Be bold. Own it. Yes, that's the word I am looking for. The word just qualified. Own it that you don't know it, and that way you be bold. Now I've seen people that are bold to have online chats, but then they are shy in person. So you see them online, they are bold, they have conversations, the chat is flowing, it's going well. Only for you to meet them in real life and everything is off. For whatever reason, you're just stiff, you're not as flexible as you were, online. So now what's the remedy for that, and why did that always happen? So most times, maybe it's just that you are a shy person, like physically. Because people who are shy in person, they are bold online because nobody's seeing them there. It doesn't mean that anybody is awkward or anything. They're just shy in person. So I don't know, I'll probably do a different video because I used to be a shy person. Okay, I'm like the last person you can see to have the camera facing them like this, and then they're talking to the camera because now there's nobody here. When people are watching me, people are not here when I'm filming it. People are watching me only when this video goes up. So I used to be shy, and I'm going to be sharing in another video, how I overcame shyness and how you can also overcome shyness. So I will do that in another video because that one is not necessarily as a result of communication or communication skills. It's a different thing entirely. So I don't want this video to be super long, and I wanted to achieve one aim: how to hold a conversation. That's what I want this video to achieve. So I'm not going to be including that in this video. So if you want to know about that one, just stay tuned, and of course you should be subscribed to my channel by now and look out for my next video. So if that's the case, that's a different case, but other cases aside that is what I am touching in this video. Sometimes there come a time when you don't know what to say. Like, this is not to say you're shy or you're not knowledgeable about the topic. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, conversation has finished. Like, that's finished, there's nothing for us to talk about again. Our talk has finished. What else can we talk about? We're exhausted of the topics. Okay, so in such a situation, what do we do when our talk has finished? Now, this situation is rare. It doesn't always happen if shyness is not involved. Okay, in the video that I will make about shyness, I will include this because in most cases it's a shyness, but I'm saying when it is not shyness, what can you do? Now, if it is not a two-way thing, what I mean is this: you're having a conversation with me and you feel like what you want to tell me has finished, you don't have anything to say again, and you're just hoping that I will talk about something, like I will bring out the next topic. Now, the remedy to this is, if you feel like you don't have what to say, like I said something to you and you're the next person to give me a response and you don't have what to say, just laugh. You have to learn to laugh. I'm telling you, it works. Like, if magic does not work, what is magic? This one works more. See, laugh. No matter how awkward you feel that situation is, I have found that laughing kind of waters down situations. When you laugh, it's going to change the game. Take it from me, I can tell you firsthand. Normally I'm somebody to always laugh anyway. My laughing is not a technique or a tactic, to overcome lack of what to say, because somehow by the grace of God I always have what to say. And I bless the Lord for that. So, but laughing really will first of all loosen the knots that is tightening the conversation. So when it loosens it, even if you don't have what to say, the person you're talking to that has what to say will talk and will do most part of the talking. I can tell you. Like, you don't need to tell the person that the person should do it. Like, the person will just do it voluntarily on their own. So all you need to be doing is to be following the conversation, right? You pick up from where the person left off and you continue the conversation. Actually, like nothing happened. So you must learn to laugh in between conversations. All these serious face conversations, all these it's not a business meeting. Chill out. It's not a business meeting. Relax. Like, allow yourself breathe. Allow yourself breathe. I don't like. I don't have to take me for a joke, or I don't want to take me for a joke. And this, see, you already have values that would scream seriousness already. And I believe, as you already have values, so it's not until you laugh or until you keep a serious face that somebody will not take you for a joke. So let's first of all get off of that. Laugh when you feel awkward. Laugh when you don't have what to say. Laugh when you come to a point where you feel I don't want to talk about this thing. You can just laugh it off. If the person is sensitive enough, the person will not ask you a second time, seeing that oh you laughed it off, you did not give a response. So when the person keeps on asking, then you can actually say oh I don't want to talk about this. If you have something you feel you want to talk about, just look for a nice way to keep it out of the conversation. A nice way, or you can laugh about it. So for some people, you would laugh and they will still be hammering on how that they want to hear that or don't want to have that conversation by force by fire. So you might have to actually come out straightly, say okay, you know what, I don't want to have this conversation right now. We might talk about it later some other time, but definitely not right now. So I think I've touched everything. Last point, I feel we should also learn to express ourselves. Communication is basically for expression. Yes, there's some things that you should not express, maybe as the situation permits, or as it's relating to the kind of person and who you are. But then we should also learn to express ourselves. I mean, express how we feel. So when something happens and we feel, oh, I'm shy. Like I've seen myself, like I want to enter a place, or maybe I'm about to step into an event, and I'm telling the person that I am that I'm shy. I'm shy to enter here. It's still a conversation. So you just have to be that real when it calls for. Okay, you just have to be that real to yourself and real to the person that you're with, unless you're with a stranger. But if you're not with a stranger, you don't have to form anything. See, the truth is, in your shortcoming lies your uniqueness. You have to understand that your shortcomings are your uniqueness. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you personal. That's what makes you one of a kind. So you don't want to be changing yourself to be somebody else, to be like a copy, because you're best at yourself. So if you're shy, I feel you should talk about it. You say, oh, I'm shy, you. Or if you know had the conversation before and they're trying to bring it up, you can also let you know that, oh, this is the first time I'm having this kind of conversation. Alright? If you're about to eat something and you're not conversant with that dish, you can just make it known. I haven't tried this before, but I'm going to be trying it. Let's see how it goes. All these things actually add spices to your communication. It makes your communication interesting finally, because you're being real at that point. Okay? Now, if you're the experienced person, if you're the bold person, if you're the person that is never shy, you can also make it known. I'm never shy. You nothing gets me ashamed. You can also make it that way. Or what I'm just saying basically is, whatever category you fall into, own up to your category. That is where your uniqueness lies. Whatever category it is that you fall into, own up. If you're the talkative, please own up. Be talking your talk. Be talking your talk. Don't feel awkward that other people are quiet and you're the one talking. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be a parrot or something, but I'm just saying, if you talking is your thing, you don't have to feel awkward for always being the one that holds the conversation in every gathering you find yourself. It is a gift that you have, and it is only expedient that you give the gift. So you are helping to cover up for those persons that don't know how to hold conversations, right? So don't be like, today I'm not going to talk today, I'm going to lock up. I'll just sit down and watch other people talk. You don't have to be like that. If your place is talking, no problem. Come into the room and light it up with your talks, okay? Since it's your place, you're just basically occupying your space. Some people will not understand you though. Some people will see you as saying, why are they trying to steal the spotlight? Or maybe, are you not talking too much? Don't you think you need to be quiet once and for all? My dear, stay, talk. That is your place. Be there and be there boldly. Now, if you're a quiet person, people are naturally quiet. Like, this is not about being an introvert. They are just naturally quiet. Now, if you are that person, they are naturally quiet. Still own up to the fact that you're naturally quiet, okay? You can make gestures to the person that you're talking to with, physical looks, body language. When the person talks, you laugh, kind gestures, even though you don't say much words, because you are naturally quiet. And then whosoever would accept you the way you are, whosoever is for you would learn to accept you the way you are. The person would understand that you're not somebody to always talk, okay? The person will understand. I have a friend who doesn't always talk. She doesn't always share her things. When I say things, I mean her personal information. And I understand her absolutely. And it does not stop me from sharing my information I want to share. Do you understand? I don't have to say, oh, because I already told you about my own, I also need you to tell me about your own before I will know that we are true friends. No, 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 no. Since she did not poke nose to me to come and know my own, I was the one that voluntarily by myself told her about my own. I'm not out to ask her about hers. Okay, I'm not trying to do collateral with informations. Do you understand? I am just being me and allowing her be her. So she's a good listener. That's really why I like her. So I come and I talk to her about the things that I want her to talk to me back about. Usually about me, right? So she gets back to me about me. I use information and it works well for me because she's a good listener. So she takes in, processes, and gets back to me. Meanwhile, she doesn't talk about herself so much until just like once in a while. I don't have a problem with that because I understand. So it's not like, oh, this person knows everything about me and then I know nothing about her. No, that's not the case here. Okay? That's not the case. And you had the right to not let this person know everything about you. It was just you that voluntarily by yourself, let this person know about you. So don't make the person feel like the person owe you information too about themselves just because of they know more about you. How did they know more about you? It was you that voluntarily told them what they said. They didn't ask you. There'll be a problem if it was this person that were asking you and gathering your information only for it to be their turn and then they did not want to talk about themselves. That would be bad. So, but in a situation where it was you that voluntarily brought yourself and your information to the persons like that, you don't have to ask about them. All right, you don't have to. So already, I'm to an extent, I'm an open person to an extent. Even on my socials, I am also slightly open, kind of, to some kind of things. So it's okay if you know things about me because of you watch my YouTube channel. It's okay if you know things about me because of you check my Instagram. It's okay if you know things about me because you've seen my WhatsApp status, and you don't owe me information about you. That is one thing we need to understand. Unless it was you that came to ask me about that information. But if you did not ask me and I gave it out of my own free will, really, really, you don't owe me that. Okay? So let's understand everybody's uniqueness. If you're naturally quiet, chances are that you will not be talking so much. So, but I'm just saying, even if you're quiet, you should be able to receive those that are talking. Okay? You should be able to not make them feel like you're not interested in the conversation. If you are actually interested in the conversation, so your body language should communicate that you're interested. The way you look at them should communicate that you're interested in the conversation. So once you can do that, I believe you're also communicating. Even though you're not saying it in words, you're communicating. So what else have I not touched? I don't know. I think I've touched every part. Every part. Well, if you still have questions on communications, I have another video coming up talking about shyness. If you're the person that is shy to talk to people in person, like you can communicate well behind the scenes, so that when you're online you communicate well, but when you meet them in person, you find out that you don't get your words articulated as you do on chats. That video will be coming up later, probably after this video. So if you have questions, let me see them in the comment section. Okay, questions as regards communication, let me see them in the comment section so that when I'm filming for the video on shyness, I would include the question to that video, if that makes sense. Thank you for watching up until now, and if you are not subscribed to this channel, trust me, like you really want to do that. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel, share this video, give it a thumbs up, like it helps YouTube to also recommend it to other persons so they can also see it. If this video blessed you, please give it a thumbs up so that other people can see it too. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.